Alright everyone, give you a little update on what we're going to do here today. Going to do a hive inspection on both of our hives and do some mite counts, see where they're at in the buildup, and then check on the pollen patties I put in there almost 2 weeks ago, or about 2 weeks ago. Should be gone. I've got replacement pollen patty there if we need it. If mite counts are above threshold, we are going to do a treatment with Formic Pro. And then this hive here, when I bought that hive, it's a licensed hive, but they were out of the licensed bottom boards, so they sent a B-Max. And then when the licensed bottom boards came back in stock, they sent me the licensed bottom board, so I'm going to switch out the bottom board. They're both screened, but what I like about the licensed is it has this adjustable entrance, and then it has a removable tray, which this one does not have either of those. So that's what we're going to do today. Stick around and see what our mite counts are at, and we'll go from there. While we're here, guys, I want to show you something that I've never seen before. So there's a bee right here with pollen, bee right here with pollen. There was just one right up here that just flew away, and there's one right here. It's kind of strange. We have a lot of bees that are just hanging out. There's one. They're hanging out outside of the hive with pollen baskets, and they're not actually going in. Didn't know if you guys knew anything about what that was, but I found that to be interesting. So all right, we'll see what it looks like inside. All right, so we're in the hive. As you can see, the pollen patty is all gone, just a little bit of the paper left. So they took that down with no problems. All right, we're gonna get in here. Last time I was in here, the queen was in the top box, all the brood was in the top box, which is a medium. If that's still the case, I am going to reverse the boxes. I'll put the deep on the top, medium on the bottom, and see what it looks like. All right, stand by while I pull some frames. All right, so here is the first brood frame in this top box. You can see we have some drone brood, capped. Same thing on this side, nice little sheet of brood. Looks like the next couple frames over are similar. I'm going to try to pull them out and find this queen so that I can do a mite wash and know that I'm not getting her. I don't see her on this frame. All right, so I found the queen on this frame right here. This is going to be my frame that I'm going to use for the mite check. There's a lot of open cells in the middle with young larvae, eggs all in the corner here. There's some recently emerged baby bees on it. Same on both sides, even some drone brood. So this is an ideal frame to do this. So gonna get that done now. I'm gonna shake them into this, use that scoop, and then put them in there. And we'll do our mite test. I'll check back in with the result. All right, guys, so we are back with the results. Hopefully you can see that, but there are only 2 mites in there. There's some debris, but one mite right there and one mite right there. And that's it. So we got a mite count of 2. That is below threshold, and I will not be treating that hive. We'll check the other one and see where we're at. But before I do that, I do want to check this bottom box to see if there's any brood at all. Queen's here. There's brood and eggs all up here. If there's no brood or anything down here, then I am going to reverse these boxes. All right, so I'm all done in that hive. Mite count of 2, so we have no need of treating anything on that hive. And I went ahead and reversed the brood boxes. So the medium was there, it's now down there. The deep that was there is now up here. There are a couple of deep frames right here that are pretty well empty. There's a good amount of sugar syrup, nectar stored over there, and then some pollen on the very end frame. So she does have at least 2 frames she can move up into and lay on that are deep frames. And then I went ahead and cleaned the entire bottom board off, scraped it with the hive tool, and got that cleaned up to start spraying here soon. So now I'm going to do the same thing essentially over here. I'm going to open it up. There obviously won't be any reversal because it's just one box. I'm going to do a mite count and see if we need to treat this hive. All right, so I got the top popped on this one. The Hive Alive fondant patty is mostly gone now. There's just really these 2 corners that are left and a tiny bit there. Numbers aren't out of control. It looks like we've got about 4 or 5 frames of bees. So they have a lot of room to expand. I am going to check to see if they are pollen or honey bound out here on the edges, just from what they stored up over winter and the feedings I've been doing here this spring. All right, and then we'll also do that mite count. All right, so here's a brood frame in this hive. Pretty good little sheet of brood right there. Turn it to this side, and she's already backfilled all those open spaces, and you can see her right there. But yeah, all these open cells already have larvae and eggs in them. So I'm going to keep going and see how much more brood we've got. All right, folks, so this hive has 9 mites. It may be kind of hard to count them because there's some debris in there, but there are 9 mites inside of this hive. So they are definitely going to get treatment. Formic Pro, I'm going to do 2 strips. Temperature today is 75, and then the next 3 days after that will be high 50s, low 60s, and then back to like 75 on Saturday. So nothing even close to 85. So I feel pretty comfortable putting 2 strips in there. All right, stand by. I'm going to get that bottom board changed out, and then we'll throw some strips on. All right, so I got 2 formic acid strips on there. The bees kind of went to roaring when I put it on there, and it is potent, the smell. So I have the screen blocked on that screen bottom board. This is the old bottom board. I put the new one on, and it has a removable tray under there, and then I have the entrance on it wide open, as you can see there. No top ventilation or anything. I'm just going to put the lid back on, and I have all these top vents closed on all sides of that lid. So I'm going to throw the lid on, and I will check back in on this hive in 2 weeks. I'm not going to mess with them until 14 days has gone by. And then we'll recheck the mite load. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.